Well, it looks like we've made it one more day in the life. One more day in the life. So we're putting the final touches on this ukulele that had an unfortunate accident. Sorry, we're pointed up at the ceiling. I am treating this fingerboard with some good old-fashioned linseed oil, and I am using the boiled stuff these days. I did make a change. I'm not immune to making change, and not opposed to it. And I'm always open for suggestions. If somebody has an idea of a better way to do something, please share your thoughts. I appreciate that. I've been doing this a very long time, so it's not real easy to get me to change something that I do, but that does not mean that I am opposed to hearing somebody's thoughts about what they might do in a certain instance. You can go back and watch part 1 and part 2. Neither of those parts are like terribly long, but it does show basically the entire process of bringing this thing back to life, from having the neck literally off of the instrument. I've repaired many guitars like that, and this is I think it's the first ukulele that I've actually had to come in that had a neck missing. So we've cleaned her up real good, and I kind of did a little bit before I got started today, just because I was busy and I got to stay focused here. But hey, Steve, what's happening? Hey, good to see you, man. You might have watched a little bit of this live stream with this whole instrument coming back to life. And there is what it looks like right now. These gaps on the side are simply there because the neck heel was not carved to match the curvature of the instrument, and to repair that, the time involved in that, the young man just can't afford that much work. However, the strings are aligning down the fingerboard very nicely. I was able to use the original ink marks and such on the instrument to get the neck to sit flat, and it's not really well. This is a very affordable instrument, so I'll keep going with stringing her up. Let's see. They got the color-coded strings here. Let's see. So I need the green. Where's my green? I can still see colors. And this is my process for stringing up a nylon stringed instrument if you got to tie knots. Right, so I've got this extra tab on that one sticking out. And there's definitely an order of operations that you gotta really try and follow with these, or you'll end up with strings flapping in the breeze. And that just looks very, my humble opinion, unprofessional if you don't make this nice and tidy. If you got these tail ends sticking out, come on. So I run each one of them under the last string, and I pull these nice and tight, and I do my best when I'm doing that to not kink the string. And then I've got this one that's going to go that direction, and you want to be careful not to bend these because you'll get a kink in them. And then with nylon strings, they're kind of there for the duration. Let's see, so I'm going to do 2 wraps around the machine head and then poke it through. And yes, I still call them machine heads on a ukulele like this. And we'll get our string winder and wind it up. I hope you're having a great day, Steve. So let's, I've got my tuner, and I found my good old, this thing's, I think, going on 8 years old. I've had this at my bench, been working with it. Somebody borrowed it. It ended up someplace else at the shop, and everybody here knows that the one with the green pad is mine. It doesn't leave my bench. So somebody needed it worse than I did for a while. So I'm doing here to stretch these strings. Grabbing it with my finger and my thumb, and I'm pulling on against this. And then I pull back against the windings around the machine. So that when I give this back to this young man, he's not going to have to waste his time stretching these strings. He will, you can hear how much the pitch changes on those. Steve, considering the damage, I think most people would have said, yeah, well, and you know, dude, that's exactly what I would have told someone with an instrument that's probably cost, I'm guessing it was bought at Guitar Center or probably for around $50 to, well, it was purchased in Hawaii, so I don't know if they have a Guitar Center in Hawaii. I don't follow them at all. I worked for them for a while and learned to not really respect their business practices, and how they treat their employees or what they pay their employees for the profit margin that they have. But that's beside the point. But this thing was a gift, and it means more to him than what it's costing to have it fixed. So that's why I am spending this amount of time, and this young man is worth it's worth it to him to pay me to fix it like this. Let's see. Oh, the TheUbie. Yeah, get the shipping done. Oh yeah, cool, man. This is not going to be a terribly exciting live stream. However, I am going to play ukulele on this one, so poorly. I play well enough that for a beginning player, I can do ukulele lessons, and I've done them here at the shop with many students. Kathy was my first, and she had some health problems, and so now, the important thing about this one is the importance of stretching the strings on a nylon string instrument. It is a time-consuming process. It's not something you can just do it a couple times and call it good. And you know, it's probably on a repair like this. I mean, you can hear that it is every time I do this, it's falling right back. Now it's not quite falling quite so far. Now I'm tuning it a little bit sharp also. Fleas, right? Ukulele tuning. My dog has fleas. You can sing the intervals. Yeah. Boy, this thing has really. Ugh, this poor kid, man. I would love to get him a new ukulele, and I will talk with him about purchasing a new one. These machine heads are really bad. They just are not accurate at all. Let's see. So now I'm looking for blue. We've got color codes on our strings that we use here. I'm using Aquila strings. However, you Chord harmoniche. Chord harmoniche. I don't speak the language, but I'm hopefully not brutalizing it too bad. Blue, right? Yeah, blue. Here we go. So we've gotten this string nicely anchored, and we'll do the same thing with the next one. And I'm going to go ahead and snip this off, snip this excess off, so that there's enough there that it's not going to get pulled out of there real easy, but there's not a bunch of it sticking out looking kind of ugly on the instrument. And I actually made a mistake in doing this one. I'm going to loosen the tension. Now I know there's a lot of ways to tie these knots, and people do these ornate looking knots, and I can respect that. But this works as good as any version of tying the strings on an instrument. I'm going to grab this thing. I want to pull this down below the top. There we go. So we'll have to, I'm going to hold it down there and tighten the string tension up again. I'll have to re-stretch this string. So now it'll stay put down there and not be sticking up looking intrusive. Yeah. TheUbie, it was great to catch your stream this morning, man. I was working. I had to order I ordered a new transmission control module for my badass Dodge Stratus. And I will quote a line from a movie that I absolutely love. Only I've added a little detail to it that wasn't used in the movie, but let's see, how did that line go? Oh, I drive a Dodge Stratus. People fear me. Can you name the movie that came from? Or the actor who said it? Probably not. I don't even remember the movie. All right, okay. So there's that one. Now we're getting it strung up. And I string up a uke the same way I do a guitar. Get this end anchored, bring the string up past the machine head, 2 wraps on these, because you'll end up with 4 wraps by the time you're all done stretching the string out. Usually you end up with 3 or 4, and the machine heads on these, the stems on these are not very long. So even on this G string here, I'm almost overlapping right there. So you've got to be careful about putting too many winds on there. It can look a little rough, I guess. Pulling tight on that, and you can see that the, well, no, you can't see. I'm going to point you down here at this part of the instrument. Let me see what that CA is with a note. Come on, I'm looking for an A note. Make sure I'm in the right octave on this. This seemed awful loose. I might need another octave on this one. I'm going to go check one of the other. Sometimes it's and thus the string keeps falling flat. Hey, Steve, yeah, no idea. No, I'm a car movie guy. Okay. The guy who said it, another line that he said in a movie is, well, in the morning I get up and I just piss excellence. He was also in a very, 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 very funny evening show on, I believe, NBC back in the day. I don't watch any television, so I'm not sure of that, but I don't remember the exact movie. I don't think it was from that movie, to be honest. Let me go check my tuning. Let me go check here real quick. Alright, so I'm very happy about this little fact right here, but I have tuned this an octave too low. So what I'm going to have to do, we'll just get started over again and we can see what happens here. I'm going to pull this string loose, and we're going to rewind it so that I can get up to the proper octave without having that string wind all over the place. and look terrible. Here we go. I have good pitch, but apparently not that good. So we're gonna wind it up to there, and we'll start. I just took about, I don't know, 1.5 inches of the windings that I had on here off of it, so that I've got room to tune it up to an octave above. Thus that string was stretching so far. Oh, come on, there we go. And I like to get on a uke. I do like to get a few windings on the machine head to keep it nice, because these strings are so slick. Here we go. Oh, my tuner just quit working on me. I maybe needed to. I think that one out in the floor is not tuned. Oh, yes, it is. All right, now we're talking. And also, now I'm gonna have to do the same thing with the C string. We'll get these all stretched out. It shouldn't take me more than maybe 10-15 minutes to get these strings on here properly. I didn't put them on right out of the gate, which, you know, that'll be on somebody else's channel making fun of me. Probably. There's so many people out there that are just, all they do on YouTube is just do their best to make fun of people when they don't do anything, right? So I think that's hilarious. And it's sad at the same time, but there are those channels out there that are just like that. It's just a shame. But hey, you know, people love drama in our world. Okay. Might have pulled a little bit too much out of that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So I'm gonna get this started. Usually I wrap the string around there a little bit, but on this one I'm gonna go ahead and do it this way. Do it the hard way. All right. You can hear it. And I promise I won't play a C chord first, right? Let's see, Talladega Nights, yeah. Will Ferrell, you got it. Yep, Will Ferrell. That's who said it. I drive a Dodge Stratus. People fear me. Right, now we're talking. Now we're getting her. You take very great care to stretch these good enough so this young guy isn't going to have to wrestle with it when he gets it back, and he can play this beautiful instrument that was given to him. Then I will do some cosmetic work on this portion. These pieces were missing out of this, and you know, I tell everyone, you know, if you break a guitar, grab every little chip of wood you can get, because that can really save an instrument that was broken. You know, a lot of dismal appearance. All right, so I've got to loosen this one also. We'll get this one back to where it belongs. I had them tuned down an octave too flat, so we'll fix that. All right, okay. Okay, I'm gonna wind her up. And usually on ukuleles, they give you strings that are quite a bit longer than you actually need. Mandolins are notorious for this. So this is gonna be an A note. I'm having to turn this. Check this out. Tuning it up. E. I'm going too far. Man, I'm having trouble today. There we go. Sorry about that. Boy, I'm drawing a blank today. Again, I'm stretching it. It would have taken me forever to stretch these with them being tuned that flat. Got to run. Steve, thanks for stopping in today, man. Thanks for, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Have a great Wednesday. There we go. All right, one last string. I'm going to snip the excess off of this one. I'll show you down here. I'm snipping this little extra tidbit of string off. And then we'll pull this one over and we'll put our final A string on, right? A. And it is a red color-coded string. And I've got to take my razor blade here. I got a little bit of a chip of a piece of wood, kind of. There we go. So we'll put the red one down here just so you can see it's red. You know that I did it right. For those of you who might want to put my mistakes up on your channel, just laughing. What's that? Oh. Now, I got ahead of myself on this one also. I'm going to have to redo another thing. So, we'll fix that here in a moment. Boy, I've just had so much stuff going on my brain. I gotta quit thinking about after work stuff and get focused on work here. Come here. I forgot to tuck this one under the one next to it. I remember usually when I do these, I do both of these at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and get this one started, and we'll get it. And here I am doing the same thing I do with guitar strings. I'm just going to cinch this up. 2 wraps, 1, 2, and then these smaller strings, you got a little bit more stem to wrap the string around, so you don't usually run out of stem space and get the string wrapping over the top of itself. And this is a, what note is this? A. This is the A note. Now, let's watch down here. You can see I've got a little loop going on. Whoop. That's about the 18,000th one of these ones that I've broken. I think it's 18,000 now. 18,465 point. Watch this, it'll. I'm turning it, I swear I'm turning it, but the pitch isn't changing. You can watch, I'm turning it. There it goes. You can see how many wraps I've got around there, and that is far too much. So I'm gonna run out of stem. I love ukuleles about as much as 12 strings. The strings just stretch so far. We'll get this. We'll get this. Takes a long time to put strings on a ukulele, usually. Takes quite some time. So I've gotten this out of here. I'm going to pull some tension through. Do that. And I've got a black Jim Dunlop that I will likely break here maybe in a month or so. I mean, we can put a rover on Mars and it'll drive around on that planet taking pictures for 10 years, but they can't make one of these. I mean, they won't make one of these for 10 bucks. It just won't break after a month. Pretty sad. I should be using my drill, but I don't like to use that thing. Once it starts getting tight like that, the pitch will actually, I just spit all over this guy's instruments. Okay. I love putting strings on ukuleles. Or F sharp. Let's get my pipe this thing down. Ukuleles are not the world's most popular instrument anymore. Eddie Vedder did his thing with one, and I think we sold 8,000 ukuleles in a very short amount of time. Now I'm going to get this extra piece, fix my other mistake here. Stu, I screwed up. You know what mistake I made. I know you know. It happens so seldom. Okay. Okay. Again, I was kind of not focusing on my work. I was thinking about my transmission and fixing that. All right. I need to loosen this ever so slightly. There we go. Okay. Now, this is the tough part right here. I can't like grab this with a wrench or anything. I don't want to damage these strings, but let's see if I can get it to. Let me see. Oh, you're not seeing what I'm doing down here. This is the tragic mistake I made. I forgot to tuck this under the winding here. You can see I've got this thing nicely and nice and tidy looking. But I want to go under that one. Let me get this up out of the way. I'm going to loosen this string a bit more. Make life a little bit easier. A little bit easier on me. And if somebody has a better idea, please do share. I've had, I know a couple of new folks dropped by the channel that seem to be fairly interested in the ukulele and that are from Hawaii, which was really kind of nice. Hopefully the weather there is treating you well. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't want, I kind of fed that through there incorrectly. I want to get this. Come on, there we go. That's where I want you. There we go. Okay, ooh, careful. Okay. Now, that's how you do it. If you do it right, not do it wrong. All right. You guys, I'll take a look at the chat here in a moment. Forgive me for not responding to anything at this point. There we go. Charlie, hey man. It's Zach. What's happening, brother? I hope you're doing well. Cool, you're live, not my office. It's currently 88 degrees. Oh boy. Oh, by the way, Jampro, I sold my air conditioner that I bought for this building that they told me that I couldn't use only a year and a half after I bought it, and they did not compensate me for banning the use of a product that I spent $500 on, of course, you know, because they're not liable for that, but they collect rent every month, and I get, you know, for what I pay, I get about 1/10 of what the value of that is, not to mention my faucet's still broken, and it'll probably take months for that to get fixed, but I ordered a new one. With all the gigs that I've had, I've got a little extra dough, and so that's my story. I ordered a new portable AC that doesn't have to go in the window. So that should arrive here in a few days. So yeah, pretty cool. So we're going to stretch these babies a little bit more. And then I'll play her. She's almost done. And you can see that the string alignment's pretty darn good on this thing. We got the neck angle correct. If you watched me repair this thing, and also the neck angle is better than it was. The string action on this is way, way, way better than it was, because the neck angle on these is always set uphill for whatever reason, because they apparently like making it difficult for people to play one of these things. So this young man, for what he's paying me to do this work, he is going to end up with a far, far superior instrument than what he had. Okay, now that machine head is not turning very easy, so I'm gonna, now on these, ooh, I'm gonna get that out of there. Let's get my tools out of the way because I'm worried about scratching the paint. On these types of machine heads, I know that you probably know this, but this machine head right here is becoming very difficult to turn. So find a screwdriver that fits the screw properly. Number one, working on guitars, do not turn a hex key, excuse me, or a screw that you don't have the proper size tool for. Now I'm just gonna, I just moved that screw just a tiny bit. Still not quite enough. It's just getting so tight that it's uncomfortable to turn it. So I gave it a little bit more, and I just felt it loosen up a little bit. And that definitely helped to turn that machine head. Just loosen them. That is not, boy, that one. Nice little tug. Now it sounds like a ukulele. And I'm going to trim off the excess string like I would on a nylon string guitar. And the thing looks pretty nice and tidy. Oh, shucks. Of course, both of those came loose. Welcome to my world. I'm doing good today. Just playing guitar. Hope you're doing. I'm doing. Sparky971, what's up? Sparky, damn it, dude. I'm having all kinds of hellish problems on this stupid ukulele. No, not stupid. I need to calm down because now I have to redo stuff 3 or 4 times. So this will be all over somebody's channel making fun of me being a dumbass. But I guess I kind of deserve it. Oh no, I'm sorry, that did not come loose. This one I got to, that's the, I only have to do one. Come here. I only have to do one. I cut that one a little bit too short, but it'll go back through there. So what I've done here is I failed to get that one to stay put when I did it. So I'm going to loosen this up, and we'll get it. Don't worry. I don't know if you've worked on ukuleles before, Sparky, but prepare yourself. With all the videos you got, you're going to drum up a whole lot of business. Prepare yourself for more work. Fun work. Working on guitars is a blast. Working on ukuleles, no, I joke. I'm totally joking about that. Okay, now I've got to get this to get into there. Get in there. I should have cut that a little bit longer. I did not, but we'll get it. And then I'm gonna start cinching up this. I'm holding this machine, the string in place. And when I start getting tension on it, there we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, I cut that a little bit too short, but I had to move it because I'd forgotten one other string on here. Being a dumbass. Getting as much of that poked through there as I can. And it actually will look a little nicer. turn these 18 million times to get them to... Okay, now, doesn't that look nice and tidy? Looks beautiful. E, I want E. Almost there. Okay, let's give these a little more of a stretch. Nylon strings just take forever to get them stretched. I mean, I'm being very sarcastic and dramatic, I guess. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a really great Wednesday. Oh boy, let's see what's happening. Jesse. Hello, Jesse. Can you get black ukulele strings? Yes, you can. Absolutely. No acoustic guitars, any reasonable acoustic looking instrument. Oh, you'll find your way to that stuff one day. You know, the thing about acoustic instruments, dude, they are, I don't know, you know, I always say I appreciate a good challenge, and sometimes it is very frustrating to work on acoustic instruments because of the give and the mobility and the fact that we have to, even with electric instruments, we have to remember that it's a piece of wood, unless it's a composite piece of material, which are far superior instruments than wooden guitars, bar none. The ones that are made in Ireland and some of them made here in the US, they absolutely blow a wooden instrument away with respect to the setup and the stability of the instrument. But I always tell people this: take a piece of wood and put it out in front of your house and let it sit there for a year. Then see what it looks like. And, you know, of course, the drying process happens over that time. But if you got a dry piece of wood, take it outside and put it in and just put it out on your front porch. Don't let it get rained on, and see what it looks like. And that's what we battle as techs, because a 1941, no, let's take it back, 1935 Martin guitar is going, the wood is going to change shape over time. And so we have to remember that. And certainly a 2025 Mitchell made out of a wet green piece of whatever kind of wood it might, pine, whatever they make them out of, is going to change. And so thus you're paying for, when you buy a Mitchell guitar or a First Act or something, you are literally buying a piece of crap, and I do not recommend. Spend a little extra money. I think the minimum anybody should spend on an acoustic guitar, and I'm going to be really careful with this, but it's about $1,000. If you're spending that kind of money, and buy a name that you know, and the number one, buy a Taylor before anything else if you're going to buy a wooden guitar. There's my 2 cents. Stretch just a little bit more here. Cut the strings off yet because I may not be done, but if you take a look down this instrument, yesterday it had no neck on it, today it does, and the string alignment down the fingerboard is pretty darn close. It looks like it may be leaning, that the neck might be tilted this direction by about 1 degree or so. But playability of this instrument, let's assess that. I'm gonna go. Nah, I'm not gonna cut those off yet. I better not do that. I'll probably have to take the strings back off of this for some reason. And there is the reason why I've been asked a lot of times. You never cut the strings off, and they're up there flopping in the breeze. It just looks like crap. Well, the reason for that is that you're gonna have to pull the string. If you cut the strings off before you've done the last thing you have to do to an instrument, you're gonna have to pull the strings back off of the instrument. That's just the way it goes.
I'll bet you it's better than it's ever been.
The string action's about half as high. This is like your guitars, man. The strings are touching the frets and no fret buzz.
Well, maybe it's a better uke than we know. Is it a Luna? Is that what it is?
It's a Luna.
Okay, no, they're kind of a medium end.
Yeah, they're...
But every once in a while you get a magic thing, you know.
I don't even play ukulele very well, but this thing, man, neither. This is a piece of cake.
I think I know. I can play guitar chords.
Yes.
Because that, you know.
Yeah, the whole.
But then it always takes me a minute to figure out. Okay, I'm playing. No, that's G position, but that's a C. It's capo on the 5th fret. You know, it always takes me a minute to.
Yeah, and it's not like a Mando or it's tuned upside down.
Totally, no.
C.
It's a capo on the 5th fret.
G, C, A, E.
It's a capo on the 5th fret of a guitar, the top 4 strings. Once you figure that out,
C, G, and upside down.
No. No, it's
on the top 4 strings. No. It's different. I'm gonna prove my boss wrong, but I'll make sure that he knows he's right.
It's like this. If you had a capo here,
okay,
it would be A, E, C, G.
But it's E, A, C, G.
Yeah, same thing. G, C.
Oh, G, C,
A,
G, C. Oh,
E. That's how it's. It's like putting a it's like putting a capo right here and playing the top 4 strings.
But that octave string is. Mike is the best boss you could ever hope to have. He's a very smart man, and he's very giving, and he takes care of those who take care of themselves, not those who take care of him. Hugh, man, hey brother. Preston, hello. Yeah, Yeah, it's a high G, so it goes backwards than what we normally would imagine on a guitar. So it's the Superman interval, right? Which is a fifth backwards, ultimately. Fifth, yeah. And then that's a major third. The first two notes of, this is how, oh, and you know, a little education. I am a guitar instructor, and I did take sight singing and ear training class under the Doc Malcolm at Mount Hood Community College, one of the greatest music instructors in the history of music instruction. And I don't care about Berkeley, but that's cool if you went there, I get it. But using songs that you know the initial, the notes, you can identify intervals when you hear them in a guitar solo or a song. So a major third, oh, when the saints, so you can always, or when the saints, I gotta play it, and then, so a major third, and then this is a perfect fourth. Here comes the bride. Right, here comes the bride. So perfect fourth is the bride song. Major third is "Oh When the Saints," and a perfect fifth is the Superman theme song. And then like a tritone interval, there's another one that I love, because tritones are just so badass. If you can sneak one of those into a guitar solo, you are a god. But let's see. So it's C, a G, C, so I need a D sharp. That's the Ride the Lightning by Metallica. Right? Minor chords on a ukulele are not my thing. I want a so playing a C major, and I want a D minor. So let's see. There's a D minor. So I'm playing the hell out of this thing and stretching the strings up. It's weird to play chords on a ukulele, the strings being the way they are. It's hard for me to wrap. I've been a guitar player for so long that it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. B flat. Oh. I got some learning to do. Yeah, so the instrument is really plays really nicely. All right, so now you got to do a little bit of touch-up work on this bad boy to get the damage done here to the top of this instrument and color. Now I'm not going to be able to match the color, but I will make it a little less noticeable. Now, here's another little trick that I think a lot of people have criticized me about doing, and that is putting a kickstand on an instrument. No, but I've got to get this thing to stand up, right, so I can work on it. So you may see what I did there. I just put a clamp on one side of it, and on this one, I'm going to put one more clamp on it because I have 18,000 of them sitting here after clamping the neck back on this thing yesterday. And in fact, I'm going to go from the opposite direction so that this thing doesn't tip over. And I don't know if any of y'all are hearing, but sounds like Mark Tanner might be headed to the United States here before too much longer. If y'all know him, be sure to go to his channel and subscribe. He's a really fantastic human being and one of my truly best friends. And I'm really excited that I may get to see him sometime soon. So there you go. Well, back to work, watering lots of big cardboard boxes. Okay, excellent. You're growing cardboard boxes. Good for you. I need a cardboard box garden. You could probably sell the hell out of those things. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna take care of these shreds of wood that's basically come loose on this, and I'm going to use a very small amount of CA glue, and I'm going to use the end of my my favorite tool here. We're going to get I want to make sure I got some flow out of my CA glue. Yes, I do. Okay, so we're going to go underneath here, and we're going to use a very, very small amount. Oh, come on. Now I just used way too much. Perfect. Push that down. Hold it. Geez, way too much. And again, you know, I'm not doing the you know, $50,000 Martin type repair work here. This young man does not have a lot of money, and he wants his instrument back and playability wide and playable. So that is all of my purpose in this. Normally I would do my best to fill in these pieces that are missing. On this instrument I don't have to, so I'm not going to. This piece is kind of loose. I'm going to push that down, hold it in place. I'm going to have to put a little bit of glue there. Okay. Much better. I'm going to put a little spot of glue right in here and make that look a little better. I don't want to leave any shards sticking up so that they can be knocked off of this instrument in the future. And I'm using a little bit of accelerant to help that glue dry quicker. And as you can see, my rag is definitely sticking to that. Now, all these other end pieces right here and such, I'm going to go over this with a little tiny layer of CA glue around the edges of this. Otherwise, they will likely pop loose again in the future. We are not going for a perfect look on this thing. Now I have CA glue accelerant on here, so the moment the CA glue hits anything, it's dry. But I'm going to go over and fill the ends of this grain so that the young man won't catch it on his clothes or other items and peel this finish off of this thing. And I'm just being, you know, being real conservative, not using real boatload of CA glue. Now, don't shoot accelerant at CA glue right after you're done shooting it on there. It'll ball up. Coming up to visit me. Yeah, it sounds like it. Man, the day that I actually get to see that guy, and I wish I could have gone to Australia because the weather there is so much nicer than coming here. He'll show up, and I promise it'll be raining in the middle of August, whenever he might decide to get here. All right, so I'm letting that sit, and I'm gonna spin this thing around to the opposite side. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. I don't have anything peeling up, but I am going to go over this edge of destruction with some CA glue to just make sure that it won't get peeled off of here in the future from getting hung up on a piece of clothing or something, because these edges are really rough. It's plywood. So I want to be real careful right there not to drip CA glue down the front of the instrument, which usually happens. Okay. We're looking good. I'm liking it. It's looking good. It's about ready to come back to life. It's back to life. You could play it right now. I'd send it home right now. Now, to reiterate what I did, you'll notice this gap here on the neck. The reason for that is that the neck heel is not cut to fit the circular shape of the instrument. It's rounded all the way around this end. So this is how it was when I got it. There was a gap there. And the gap was basically filled by the laminate that they've used to cover this instrument. So it's a mahogany, a picture of mahogany or something like that. I'm just hitting it with some CA glue accelerant to get that stuff to set up. And now I should be able to wipe it with my rag and nothing's hanging up, right? So it's a great way, if you've got stuff like this happening with an instrument, to avoid having it all come off on in your sweater or your Christmas sweater or whatever, right? Okay, so we've gotten that. Now I want to find a mahogany touch-up pen, which I have one. I'm going to start with a lighter color. I'm going to start with maple, just to see how this color matches. Hopefully you can see this okay. Let's see what this does. Now I can use some, I can definitely use some denatured alcohol to get rid of the darker color on this. We're just going to hit it with that real quick. And this side's going to be a little bit more dramatic. You'll be able to see quite a difference in the way this looks versus, the way it looks now versus what it looked like. Now this is totally unnecessary. I don't have to do this because he does not want any cosmetic repair. But here's my deal with saying that, and that is that if he tells somebody that I fixed his instrument and it looks like that, I don't know if I'd want anybody knowing that I actually did the work on this thing, right? So much better, but I am going to have to use a darker color. Let's see, so let's just, what I'm going to do is use a little bit of denatured alcohol on this, see if I can clean off that color that I just put on it. I think the mahogany might be a little bit too dark. And see, if I wipe this with some denatured alcohol, the color comes right off of here. Just very easy. So I'm not going to use mahogany yet. I'm going to use a cherry color. They call it cherry. Okay, and I'm going to wait. Let me grab a clean rag here. Pretty interesting to do this. Zach, thank you, brother. I don't like messing around on this stuff. I like to do a good job, and it doesn't matter if I'm working on like this, a $50 what is this thing called? A ukulele. So let's try this cherry color and see if this is a little bit more. No, still a little too light. And also, because of the CA glue, this color doesn't really, it's not as dark as it would be if I was putting it on raw wood. And also, I've got to make sure, but look at that, I can wipe this off with my rag and nothing hangs up in it. It doesn't get snagged up in the thread, in the grain. Pretty cool. We're just going to go with straight up mahogany. See what this color does. Now we're talking. Look at that. It's a little bit dark. A little bit. Rub it over with your finger. I got a little bit on the neck right there. I don't want that to look bad. Wipe it down with some denatured alcohol. Now I'm going to be a little bit more careful with my marker pen, and I'm going to go over these spots that aren't getting enough color because of the CA glue not letting it stick. Again, this is a little extra effort because I just would like this kid to enjoy looking at his instrument, not have to see this stuff so vividly, right? Kind of helps make that discoloration vanish. And I'm thinking I might do, I'm just doing this on the other side here. Definitely helps make that damage not so obvious. Yeah, this mahogany is a little bit too dark, but we're gonna go with it. Now in some cases on an instrument like maybe an old Les Paul or something that, you know, you're missing wood like this one is, you might want to use black paint to cover the repair. You know, that's all up to you. I know I'm wiping it off and wiping it back on, but I want it to look nice for this kid. And I want my name to be legit when he shows it to somebody that maybe the people that gave it to him. So yeah, it had a little accident. I fixed it, you know. All right. It's not perfect. It is not perfect. For the love of music, it's not perfect. We got a couple little spots down here on the bottom that I want to take care of where some wood is chipped out. Okay. Let me pull the kickstands off of this. Guitar kickstand right there, baby. Buy a boatload of these if you work on guitars. Irwin, you can sponsor my channel if you'd like. I appreciate it. I've probably sold 80,000 of these things. All right. Right, we can play some death metal. Right? Ted, how we doing? Johnny Bean, welcome, brother. Good to see you. It was fun watching your chat last night. I couldn't I couldn't hang very long because I'm working on, dude, I got my hands full learning songs. Holy crap. But it was great to see you on streaming last night. I got to watch a little of it, but not much, dude. I couldn't hang very long. And I know, don't apologize, but it would have been great to get to hang with you. But I am going to be extremely busy over the next month. I've got 2 shows that I've got. One will be a 90-minute set. One will be a 2.5-hour set of all classic rock. And I have to learn the guitar solo to Sweet Home Alabama again. Oh, and they asked me to play Freebird. Ah! 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 I'll do it. I am a pro. Oh boy. Ted Talks Guitars, man. It's great to see you. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, forgive me for not interacting with the stream too much today, or the chat. Just I got to stay busy. I'm at work, obviously. Try and get. I got a little bit extra marker on one spot here. I got to remove a little bit of that. I want my my recolor to look a little bit better. It's looking all right. I have those Irwin clamps. I have about 5 of them at home in case I happen to be doing something on one of my guitars at home that I need a kickstand for. All right. Come on. There we go. So here's another little detail. I need to change field of work. Okay, so my guitar, Freudian slip. My car's transmission control unit failed, right? Again, it's a 96 Dodge Stratus. Come on, dude. I keep getting ink in places I absolutely don't want it, and so I looked them up, and brand new, the parts $500 or around there, $450, you know, which is, I mean, it's a 96 Dodge Stratus. I mean, of course, a little electronic module that's that big costs $500, right? I mean, that's fair. If you're serving the Empire, Star Wars. Anyway, so, you know, I looked it up, and it's $500 roughly for the new part, but I also looked them up, finding them used in places where vehicles were crashed, that had a vehicle crash report, right? And I found one on eBay that the vehicle had been in an accident. It was a 96 Dodge Stratus, the same vehicle I drive, why people fear me. And they were asking for $15 for it. And I am not afraid to turn nuts and bolts on a car. In fact, I've built engines and redone stuff on many cars, cylinders. I've done some work on replacing big shit, right? Engine work. So I can turn nuts. This part literally takes about 5 minutes to unbolt from the vehicle, plug the harness back into this unit, and mount it back up. I can have the work done. It will take me less than 20 minutes. And my transmission control unit will be replaced, or transmission control module. Look them up for a Dodge Stratus. You'll see them on eBay for $15, $11.99. Vehicles that have been crashed. So the shop told me that they would charge me $800 to install it. And I had to zip my lip, because, I mean, that is insane. Even if they paid $400 for the part, a brand spanking new one from Dodge, come on. There is nothing anybody does. Maybe an ER surgeon is worth $400 an hour, or $400 in 15 minutes. So I'm glad, and he was cool. You know, he showed me a picture of where it was and make sure I was right about where it was and what it was, and I was. But so here's our ukulele. So anyway. We're all fixed. I'm gonna call this young man, have him come get his instrument today. What do you think? Saved another one. I've got another. Hang on here. Oh yeah, this one's ready to go. I don't necessarily have to end the stream right this minute. In fact, let's go ahead and do my final work that I do on all the instruments I work on. Let me get my tools cleaned up a little bit here, and we'll rust out this tenor guitar. We don't see a lot of those in the world of guitar playing, but we're gonna get a tenor guitar out, and I'll just kind of show you what I did, and then we'll end the day. I get off a little bit early today, and I get to go home and work with my new mouse. This thing solved the tragic Lenovo touchpad problem. It works fantastically. I can click and move stuff around, and it just, I've never had one of these before, and I know some of you are probably going, dude, are you stupid? Yes, I am, and I'm boneheaded, and I'm very, bullheaded is what the word is I'm looking for. I don't need one of those. Yes, I do. I learned that. See, we're never too old to learn anything. Learn something new, right? Or change our ways. So I'm just cleaning up some stuff here, and we're gonna do the final step. This is the last thing I do on instruments that I work on. Yeah. Cut the strings off. Drop them on the floor, of course, because there we go. The Luna is back. Let's see. Rex. I'm gonna call this guy while I got you guys here. You can see what he has to say. We'll see. I'm not gonna give you his personal information or his phone number. My ear's burning. Oh, okay. Jampro. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I just, that doesn't happen very. Jampro just sent me a really wonderful message that I just got from him. Let me call this young man. I am not telling you his phone number. I promise. His name is Rex, and he's a really cool dude. And I believe he is from the Polynesian islands of maybe Hawaii. Right. Hi, is this Rex? Hi, is this Rex or Ray? Hi, hey man, this is Marshall at Grand Stereo. Hi, hey, you want to hear something? Hey, I want you to hear something. Here you go. Uh-huh. And I've got it all strung up. It's fixed, man.
I actually just had to leave town for a quick show, so I'm out of town for a gig right now. But as soon as I get back, I'll go straight to you guys. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly all right. You just come get it when you need, and it'll be here waiting for you. Okay.
just a couple details. I've also lowered the string action considerably for you. This thing is a whole lot easier to play, and you're gonna have to try to break the neck off of it the next time that happens, because it is. The way I repaired it is far better than what was done at the factory. So I think you'll be really happy with it, bro.
You guys are awesome, man.
Yeah. All right. And your name is Rex?
Rex, yeah.
Rex. Okay, I couldn't quite make the handwriting out, but I got it now. I'll make sure to correct that. You have my phone number. Save my phone number in your phone, and you can call me anytime if you have a problem like this, okay?
Awesome. We'll do.
All right.
Who is boss?
Say again?
And who am I speaking with again, boss?
This is Marshall.
Okay, Marshall, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'll go ahead and save it, and as soon as I get back into town, it might be a week or a week and a half.
That's really no concern, brother. Don't worry about it. Just come get her, and the price is what we had talked about.
Awesome.
So I did have to remove the fingerboard and glue that back down. So that was a bit more work than I had expected, but we'll keep it down there. You know, working musicians come first, brother.
Hey, man, thank you very much. I will be sure to get there. I'll see you guys when I do.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And have fun at your gig, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye. Cool. You seem like very happy. What's a? Oh heck, what is that? Okay. Hang on. Okay, you guys. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end today's stream. You can hear another very happy customer. He's a gigging musician, so good for him. So you guys, thanks for tuning in today, and hopefully we'll see you soon. I don't know when I'll go live again. I never know. There you go. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm using my mouse to end the stream. Hugh, it was great to see you. Johnny Bean, great to see you. My knees hurt. Hello, TheUbie. That was fine if you don't have a bunch of space. Yes, that's why I got this thing. I gig with this thing, and I can't have. That's why I was hoping the touchpad would work, and that's a great, definitely a great piece of advice. I'll be taking this home to use it at home so I can get my thumb working properly with it. Yeah. TED Talks. Hey, man, thanks for being here. Preston, Sparky. Peace, you guys. Have a great day. Jampro, thanks. I love you, man. Bye.